Allow me to break the ice. My name is Michael Eaton of Two Dudes Review. Here to give you my retro thoughts on the classic 90s bomb, Batman and Robin. Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry that I know this is a little late, but I've just been busy with work, and plus have a little bit of an update for you. This week we are going to be back together to give you our thoughts on Fast 9. So be sure to tune into that this week. But for now, let's talk about one of the biggest tragedies to ever hit the world of cinema. The 1997 smash hit that is Batman and Robin. Now, I was 3 years old when this film came out. I was not exposed to Batman the way that other people were. I was exposed through this and the Adam West show. Now, I can look at you with a straight face and say, I liked the Adam West show. I like it for what it is. And I hate to say this, but back then, I honestly thought, I was 3 years old when this movie came out, and that's when I saw it. I honestly thought at the time that this was a good film. But looking back at it with fresh eyes, years later, it is one of the biggest pieces of crap I've ever seen in my life. Now, there are way worse films out there, but this is one of the worst superhero movies ever made, and also the worst Batman movie ever thought of. Now, what this is about is Batman and Robin, played respectively by George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell, who George Clooney, by the way, I have said is the second worst Batman of all time. I think Christian Bale is far worse because of that ridiculous Donald Duck voice, and Christian Bale is far worse Batman than George Clooney, but George Clooney has the unfortunate advantage of being in such a horrible film like this. And so basically they are called in to stop Mr. Freeze, played hilariously by Arnold Schwarzenegger, to stop him from collecting all these diamonds to make a giant cold freeze ray so he can freeze all of Gotham City. And also, to add to their plate, they have to deal with Poison Ivy, played by Uma Thurman. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole plot thing because it's too much of a damn headache. But I will say, I don't know what the hell Joel Schumacher was thinking of when he was directing this, but the only thing I can think of is that Batman Returns, which was directed by Tim Burton, didn't make as much of a profit as the first one because it scared the hell out of kids. And so he thought, well, I'll make it more kid-friendly. But little did he realize that not only did it suck away all the joy, but it also sucked away the intelligence that comes with the Batman films and even the Batman comics. Now, I'm a diehard Batman fan. I love The Dark Knight. I love a lot of the other films. I even enjoy Batman Forever, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I enjoy it for what it is. But how in the hell do you defend something like this? Nothing but ice puns, ridiculous dialogue, god-awful costumes, those horrible, hideous costumes with the bat nipples and the bat asses, and just, what the hell were you thinking, Joel Schumacher? Not only that, but the acting from everybody is, except for Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I think is legit having fun with this role that he's been given. The acting from everybody is either wooden, whiny, or just not engaging. Now, not only is this film legendary for the god-awful impact it's made on just cinema in general, but also it killed comic book movies for a while. It did. Now, this came out in 1997. It wasn't until there were 3 specific films that came out that helped revise the comic book movie genre. It was Blade, X-Men, and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. If it wasn't for those 3 films, I guarantee you nobody would look at comic book movies the same way again. Hell, I don't even know if they'd be making them years later. That's how bad of an impact this movie has had on that genre. And look, if you're someone out there, if you like it, more power to you. I don't get it, but if you like it, if you grew up with it, you know what, more power to you, like what you like, but just be aware, man, there are way more respectful interpretations of the Caped Crusader than this. And all I can say is thank God for Christopher Nolan, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that Robert Pattinson can do the character justice whenever that Batman movie comes out. And just, I don't even know what else to say about this, really. One other thing. Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl is just ridiculous. Uma Thurman is way too over the top and way more hilarious than threatening. I will say though, the production design is interesting at times, but it looks nothing like Batman. It looks nothing like Gotham City. And like I said, if you guys grew up with it, if you think this is one of the better Batman films out there, you know what? Like what you like, more power to you. Just don't try to convince me otherwise. This is one of the worst, if not the worst, Batman movie ever made, and certainly one of the worst superhero movies ever made, and it's no wonder that it makes so many people's worst list of not only superhero movies, but just movies of all time. But for fans of it, more power to you. So anyway, to get into what we have coming up next, guys, me and Watson will be back together this week. Like I said, we were giving you our review of Fast 9, as well as we're going to look at Black Widow, as well as Space Jam: A New Legacy. So that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So until next time, guys, I'm Michael Eaton of Two Dudes Review. Have a good one.